And we're live, and I still did not switch stuff over to here.
Yeah.
Slacker.
Hello, folks.
You'll get it next time.
All right, everybody. As you can see, I got my wonderful co-host T and Aqua with me. And our special guest tonight is PNW Aqua. Boy, you could totally get them mixed together. And it's Brian.
Yeah.
You gotta watch yourself. Almost like I almost did it. Be a little goofy.
Yeah, I had to go steal Robert's name idea,
I'm surprised there ain't a TNW.
Yeah. Or a TNA.
Well, to be honest with you, I actually got mine off of what's his name, Jesse, HC Aqua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. So yeah. So we stole it from Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him around for a while. You see him once in a while. We're going to go ahead and say some hellos here. We got the Aquatic Morning Show's the first one I've seen.
Hey, Jess.
Tampa, Tom. Vinay Color Guppies, Linda. Eddie. Bunny Vipers. We got the Scuba Steve-O. Chris, Aquazone. Coro Works. SK Aqua. That actually ain't a bad one.
Yeah, go for it.
We got Kenny or Danny, maybe both. Whips World. Mark Sterlson. We got the Paul Sotero. We got our little buddy Scotty the Fish Freak. We got Mike's Aquatics and Things. And we got Craig, Catfish Cave. Man, all the cool kids are coming out tonight.
Yeah, nice group of people there for sure. So how's your weekend going?
I relaxed all weekend.
Oh, yeah? I thought you had like a club meeting yesterday or something.
Well, I was going to go to that, but my daughter ended up getting sick.
Oh, no.
I just stayed home just in case.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to going to it, but I'm going to look at my calendar book to see when the next time I have one off, because I don't have every weekend off.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes it tough.
So hopefully I need to meet this. Thought I did that, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of distracting.
That phone. But you talking about the background? I don't care.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
I don't hear it right now. You're fine. But I really wanted to go. And because they were doing a talk on filtration.
Okay.
To make a DIY set and everything. That would have been the first meeting I've been able to go to. But my family comes first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. So what's your preferred method currently?
Sponge filters.
Yeah. Hard to go wrong with those.
Well, see, there's certain sponge filters though I like, because there's a couple different ones out there. Like I like the ones that aren't coarse. Okay, examples are like what Aquarium Co-op has. Swiss Aquatics is another one that makes them, and they're like coarse. I like the ones that are finer to where I feel in my eyes they catch more. Like in your smaller tanks where you don't have a lot of big fish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm not going to get rid of them, because if I get a bigger tank, I am actually. But even then, I would still, it just has to be a real big tank. But, I like them styles better because I feel it catches more.
Yeah, give you that water polishing. And then I think it also, the water flows through the media slower. It's got a little more time to work on stuff. That just makes sense to me. I know it can be argued either way for sure.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
put more water through it the other way. So I guess
Yeah.
probably all about the same. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
then you get that muddy satisfaction of squeezing it out, getting all those
Well,
yummy
there's
juices.
you also
You know,
have another controversial thing is how to clean them.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say that because when I say this, I'm sure there's gonna be people say, "Oh God, no," whatever. But anyway, when I clean mine, I just take them to the bathtub or the sink and I rinse them out in tap water.
Yeah.
And
And obviously you're not having crashes of your beneficial bacteria and a bunch of fish dying and stuff. Yeah. So
Oh,
I think the main concern with that for people obviously is chlorine content, and if they have chlorine or chloramines, that might be a difference, but probably the concentration and how much they have. Um, yeah.
well, yeah. Like
Right.
if you have a well or something, you don't have to worry about that. But
Yeah.
you got in your tank, that ain't just the only thing that has beneficial bacteria.
Oh no, every service does everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's great for whenever you want to start up a tank.
Mm.
Don't clean it, put it in there and squeeze the heck out of it.
Oh yeah, make a big muddy mess, momy, muddy messes.
like
Mm-hmm.
like Cora says, filter gravy.
Mm, tasty.
If you guys have any questions throughout this, just at Skipper's Aquariums and we'll get to it. If you have any questions for Ryan down here, whenever we get further on.
Yeah.
So, speaking of
Welcome.
clubs, you're part of one, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm well. Actually, I guess yeah, just one these days. I used to be part of 3 not so long ago, but I haven't been back to renew the other 2. But yeah, I'm heavily involved in the Greater Portland Aquarium Society. Behind me here, oh, which way do we go? Ah, those are the Fishtoberfest posters from the last 2 years, and yeah, I'm on the board there, and I'm the treasurer currently, and yeah, do other things for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to be there last year, thanks to Kenny doing
Yeah,
that way.
the big winner.
Yeah, I had a good time. Uh, so this is you guys' second. This will be this October coming up this year. Will be your third time doing it, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I see a question in here.
Yeah, it was great to meet you. I was glad you were able to come out and whatnot.
Yeah, that was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always a good time, man. That weekend is a blast. Highly suggest it to anyone that might be able to make it our way.
Right. Lifetime Aquatic says, "Are you guys going to any auctions?"
I don't. I was looking at that, but I didn't quite understand that.
I got a big weekend coming up next weekend. We got on Saturday a fish swap, and then Sunday we've got the Guppus meeting, the Greater Portland Aquarium Society. So Saturday and Sunday next week, big fish weekend.
Well, at your meetings, do you have auctions at your meetings?
Yeah, so at the meetings, generally we have a speaker, not always, and then there's an auction afterwards. And then for that swap, I also purchased a table, so I'll be bringing a bunch of stuff there and peddling my goods, my plants mostly. I might bring some fish and shrimp too.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what this person's talking about. If
Oh,
it's
maybe he's talking about your auctions.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Are
Yeah.
you guys going to do any auctions? Not today. So if you're talking about what we hold here on the channel is the Fish Fam auction, probably start that back up in April.
Mm.
So if you are a breeder and you ship fish, you want to be part of that, all you got to do is send an email to fishfamauction@gmail.com, and I will get you set up from there.
Nice. I think I saw Luke did a bunch of plants or a plant package or two on there or something like that, right?
Yeah, he did it a couple times.
Yeah, I'd probably be interested in doing something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's plants, fish, and that's all right now. It's no, like it's not a type of auction where you're going to give me a used filter to do it. No.
Yeah.
It happen.
Here's the FX6. It's slightly used.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. No, not at all.
Yeah. Is there media in it? And if so, is it seeded?
Can we hook it up and it's ready to go?
Yeah. Gotta have a video showing it actually working.
Yep. We got Peplin that showed up. How you doing, bud?
Oh, hey, Ryan.
But yeah, we will definitely be starting that back up. I thought it was a great way to get people out there that breed fish, have the means of shipping them to get, to me, good quality stock out there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how many tanks do you have set up in your house?
I think it's 14 right now. There's 3 in this room, 2 in the bedroom, 2 in the hallway, 1 in the loft, 3 in the living room, 1 in the dining room. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Might be forgetting. Oh, well, there's 1 in my son's room. Confiscated some of his real estate.
Yeah, I've done that to both of my kids' room.
Yeah.
But I actually let them pick the fish out too. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is my office right here, and it used to be his bedroom. So his tank is in here, technically.
So what do you primarily keep?
I think I keep, well, I don't know about a little bit of everything, but quite a few different things, really. Here behind me is the Ultimate Angels, and I have some lemon tetras with them. This tank is mainly plants. There's one Pseudomagil furcata that sprung up there. I think that's what it is. It's a female. And so I was thinking about getting her some friends, but I want to make sure that's what it is first,
Right.
Whole bunch of shrimp, different colors and neos and stuff. I tried Caradinia once or twice, I think just once, and failed with it, but maybe get back into that again. Some barbs, cherry barbs. Just got some mascara barbs recently. Was really excited to get those, man. They just come around, once a year or so. And
was Lucas Bretz was what he was breeding them at one time, wasn't he?
He was talking about it, and he tried to a little bit. I know he took those fish with him down to Florida, and since he's been in Florida, I haven't watched a whole lot of Lucas here and there, but so I don't know if he got any further with it. But the last I knew, he hadn't.
They're a pretty cool fish, I think.
Yeah, they're an egg scatterer, so you just need to set up for that. But, and then a whole bunch of different actual rainbow fish, other than the one little furcata. Some Bozeman and Bosemani, both of those, Glossoleptus dortii, and then probably my favorite aquarium fish, even though they chow down on virtually any plant you put in with them, is clown loach. So got a group of 10 of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
How big are those?
There's one big mama in there, and The rest of them are a little bit smaller. Like most of them are the 3 to 5 inch range, and she's probably the 6 to 7 inch range or something like that. But just, when they start getting big, they start getting bulky too. So not just
Right.
but she's pretty fat. And I use these like almost every night. I start by feeding them the little Hikari sinking wafers, and it's hilarious because most of them can't. Their mouths aren't big enough to grab onto them, so they just sit there and nibble at them, and stuff like that. Because their mouths are pretty small, clown loaches actually, even for being big fish.
Yeah.
But that one's big enough that it can grab one and then take it back to its little cave and munch down, and then come back and steal one from another one and then go munch it down. And so, yeah, it cracks me up. Sometimes I just drop them in there like one at a time and kind of tease them all and stuff, And by the end of it, I make sure everybody gets fed, but it's just fun.
Yeah, I know. It's like I have my zebra loaches in here. I hardly see them now.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They're always in here.
Loaches like to hide for a good portion of the day, then they come out when they want to. I mean, a lot of times that it's a 125 that I keep my clown loaches in, and people look at that tank, and if they're all hiding, it looks like it's pretty light. Most of my tanks are fairly lightly stocked. I don't stock real heavy usually. Outside of shrimp, they start exploding, or guppies. I got a bunch of guppies too. I got stack endlers. Those are really cool. I like those.
Yeah, stack endlers. They're what? I'm trying to remember.
I think you're probably remembering Kenny. Kenny's got those too, and I think he sold some on one of your auctions there.
I do believe he did.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many fish went through that auction. I can't remember.
Yeah, somebody brought those into the club, and Kenny bought the babies because they did put them through the Breeders' Award program, and then they got rid of the adults, and I bought those ones. So, yeah, same stock there. They breed real nice and true. So, yeah.
Well, when it comes to that bat program, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to bring the fry in to get the points, right?
Yeah. So our rules state that you do at least 5 viable, sellable size fry. And then most people do like at least 6 or more. And then, so yeah, there is, as long as they're good size that you would take, a fish store would take, or something that it doesn't need to be fed baby brine shrimp or something like that all the time.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, in our case, the club, that's essentially a donation. The club auctions those off. So anytime anyone's buying something from the Breeders' Award program, Horticulture Award program, which I'm heavily involved in, and the Invertebrate Award program, then all of those funds go towards supporting the club and things like Fishtoberfest, or bringing in guest speakers and stuff like that.
Okay,
that's cool.
So whenever you take them in to get your points, you got to have some sort of like video or. We fill out a form. In fact, I have the hat form that you bring them
already. So on the hat form, it asks the member name, member number, the date, the species, the location, like origin of them, what family it's in. So common names, tank size you kept it in, the water hardness, the temperature, the substrate, decorations, fertilizers, CO2, aeration, filtration, lighting type, stuff like that. So they ask you, and then the BAT program is a similar form with some different parameters on it. There was one guy that used to be involved in our club, and like there's a question on there like, how did you breed these? And he just put down kept wet.
What?
Yeah. He was that kind of guy.
It's kind of funny.
Did he pass?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got all his points and stuff. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't want to give their secret out neither.
Right.
Yep. That's unfortunate. You know, that's a famine mentality, right? Like, you know, what if I was to start up streaming? Would you be all been out of shape, Skipper, that like you got more competition now? Or would you think, oh, well, you know, I want to support this guy. There's plenty for everybody, you know?
Right.
Yeah. You know, so some people think that famine mentality, you know, and it's silly. There's tons of fish keepers out there, and people, I don't know. I guess if you're breeding stuff to sell it and stuff, then you might get more local competition and stuff. So I don't know. I get some of that stuff, but beyond that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I know whenever I start figuring more stuff out with these corridoras, I don't care. I'll let you know how I did it, because if you have them, you know, why not?
Yeah, you love those fish. You want people to take good care of them, right?
But the thing is,
course.
the way I was able to breed them, you may not be able to anyways.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing about fish advice. You know, this tank is not the same as this tank. You know, let alone my water and your water and yeah, whatever fish you got and or plant variant or whatever. You know.
Ooh,
Yep.
good question.
That's how it is for mine.
Ken's 3D and Aquatics. He says he brought home some plants from his LFS, usually really amazing, and can get some of the odd or harder to get boosters. Here I am about 2 months later and have, oh, how do you say that? Algae.
Latophora.
Yeah.
Latophora algae in that tank. Any tips?
So, yeah,
I don't know.
that's blue-green algae, which is a bacteria, you know. Or a cladophora. No, cladophora is like the moss balls.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, shit! They're like
I know I've heard of it.
clumps, sort of.
Yeah, kind of bright green, fuzzy stuff, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, algae problems can be difficult. You know, usually my go-tos, yeah, if somebody wouldn't mind commenting, or Skipper, if you could look it up to make sure we're talking about the right thing. But
It's actually hair algae.
okay, yeah, I mean, especially with hair algae. Hair algae is a great example. Basically, is to me, it's going to take a lot of elbow grease, some manual removal. In fact, I don't have it sitting right here, but yeah, you know, I've got a few toothbrushes that I use for the fish tanks and stuff, getting in little corners and stuff, and yeah, so you know, I mean, just kind of combing off the plants if it's hair algae, you know. I keep a little cup of water right next to it. You know, it makes it easier to get the hair algae off the toothbrush and stuff. And then whenever you disturb things like that, you're going to break up all that algae, and you know it's going to want to start going everywhere else. So then I like to do, you know, big water changes afterwards. But yeah, some algae is harder to get off of plants, you know, and if you have new growth that is clean and other leaves that are infected, then I would trim back as short as possible the other leaves that are infected with the algae, and then let the new growth, you know, kind of take over. And so you, once again, manual removal, and then also, yeah, do a water change after I did that sort of stuff.
Some people have put
Big water changes.
hydrogen peroxide on a Q-tip and hit it with that.
I'm real careful with hydrogen peroxide. You know, there's plenty of people that think and know that in their water that they can just spray that in there and it doesn't do anything. It's just extra oxygen. It's H2O2 instead of H2O, right? But on 2 occasions, I've killed my favorite fish, the clown loach, using that method. And I was actually talking to Kenny about that one time, and I liked what he thought his hypothesis was on that, is that stuff all sinks to the bottom of the water, and then any fish that are bottom swimmers. So like personally, Skipper, I would be weary of that. When you're dealing with cories and stuff like that too. I know light can help break hydrogen peroxide down. And so, turning on your lights, that can help convert things and stuff too, but that's why, bottles of hydrogen peroxide, they're in those like brown bottles. And stuff, in the clear bottle. So.
I mean, I've heard of people dumping it into the water column itself, but I've also heard of, I think I've seen a video of somebody using a Q-tip, just put it on a Q-tip and just going in there and touching it with it and bringing it back.
Yeah. See, that seems a lot safer than like what I was doing was like hitting it with a syringe. So I just do it in certain areas. And now I still use it every once in a while, but it's usually like on a piece of wood or log or something. I can take that out of the tank, put it in a bucket, pour hydrogen peroxide all over it, and then not have to worry about any negative consequences given my experiences.
That's what I've done anyway. When I have, it's just take a piece out.
Yeah,
I was just reading that.
Spray it down, and there it is.
So the algae that can grow on the lights and smells bad.
She said medicinal.
Yeah, that's what I thought she said. Medicinal.
Well, if you ever think about it, whenever you clean your glass on your lids, it does smell like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you wipe it off. I don't know what that algae's called, but it's a pain in the butt algae.
I wonder if algae on lights is you're smelling it because it's hot,
Yeah.
Because the lights are heating it up. Maybe all algae smell like that, but usually you can't smell them.
Well, I guess if you don't have a lid on your tank and you got lights over it and it's close enough for them water bubbles to hit it, I can see it growing there. But you would think that it would dry quicker. I don't know. I don't quite understand that one. But
yeah, and I don't know if it's an algae. I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about, but there's all sorts of bacteria that can live in extreme conditions. So, I would wonder if maybe it's even a bacteria.
Yeah, but that algae, it grows under your lids. That stuff is terrible.
Yeah. Have you ever seen when people have taken their lids off and then dunked them in a Pleco tank? Oh man, they will. Some bristlenose will just clean that off immediately.
Really?
I'm personally worried about like what's on the top.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Of the lid before I put something in my tank. I don't like that part of it. But yeah, I've seen that done, and they go crazy for it because it's just like that soft, slimy algae, and it's just easy to munch down, and apparently delicious.
No, she says not hot on LED. It's not awful, but it does dry out and the shield does get wet. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, I was wondering if you guys have ever used this food. I don't know what it's called. Ultra Fresh.
I've seen
that.
I've never heard of it, but
yeah.
Oh, I've seen that on Amazon actually.
Yeah, that's where I got it, and I figured I'd try it.
What's
out.
It look like? I mean, is it like a pellet or?
It's pretty small granules. They make several different sizes. The larger chunks are floating because they're made for like cichlids and stuff like that. I think this is the one that's like kind of made for tetras, and it sinks slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I've seen it. But I never heard of it, so I never pulled the trigger on buying it to try it because it's not.
It's got all these claims. Like it's I don't know. It's pretty meaty. This blend at least 60%. I don't know, some sort of. I can't.
What's
read this even with my glasses on? Good Lord.
But
yeah, it's got all sorts of claims all over it.
June, only Oscar says she has in her fish, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. I wonder. She probably got that bigger one I was talking about.
Yeah, because she has them Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
So I fed some to guppies and something else earlier. Maybe some rainbows or something, but those things will eat pretty much anything.
Holy cow, we're halfway through already.
What's that food called again, you said?
Ultra fresh shrimp delight, tropical excellent bits. Contains up to 40% sword prawn. Whatever a sword
prawn. What the heck is that?
Yeah. Sword prawn, squid, Jangao shrimp, Australian spirulina. Okay, gotta get that spirulina from Australia, and garlic.
It sounds like to me that they're putting a bunch of like phrases,
Oh yeah, that's the whole bottle
just to get you
to
buy. It's like,
it says 0% additives, artificial colors, or byproducts. 100% all natural protein from fresh meat, vegetables, and seaweed.
Only Oscar said she ended up feeding it to her turtles. They'll eat anything.
Yeah, they had turtle sticks or something because I looked at their whole line there on Amazon.
I don't know. It may work for you because it's smaller fish.
Yeah. This is like obviously a different blend, and then I mean the rainbows they'll probably eat, and the barbs they'll eat virtually anything.
Mm-hmm.
New local Austin. I'm not a shrimp, okay? I'm a prawn. So do you have any bucket list fish that you don't have yet that you would like to get and mess around with?
I've gotten a couple of bucket list fish in my lifetime, but there's still a few on the list for sure. I really like I've thought about building a gigantic aquarium, like 500 plus gallons, and
yes.
I'd like to get some stingrays if that happens.
Yes.
And I used to have a clown knife that I loved very dearly, and so I might go with a couple of those if I had that sort of tank too. But I don't know, realistic fish, because that's like sell my third car and remodel the house type stuff,
Yeah, I ain't looking for a divorce.
Boy, I don't know. Realistic fish, I've been pretty lucky, like those mascara barbs were virtually on that list. These Ultim Angels right here were on that list, stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of like to try those, Caridina type shrimps again. They're just so cool, the different colors they got and patterns and stuff. And there's got to be other stuff, but that's what's coming to mind right now.
I can't pull the plug on shrimp yet. I don't know. I just can't do it yet.
Yeah. Have you done like Neos or anything?
I have in the past,
Okay.
but I want to do like a dedicated tank for whichever one I get. That way they can thrive and breed and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
A
For
lot of
sure.
times, the shrimp that I've had, I've just put them in tanks with other fish,
Yeah.
like guppies or something like that.
hmm Yep. Yep. Yeah. I keep shrimp with guppies, and another shrimp tank is just shrimp, and then another tank is Beckford's pencil fish. What else do I have in there? And shrimp. Celestial pearl danios and shrimp. And
Nice.
then another tank I have daisy rice fish and shrimp. Yeah.
Well, that would help with the daisy rice fish eggs. They would help keep them clean.
Yeah, speaking of Lucas, before I asked him one time if because I had cherry barbs in with shrimp, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but the tank, it was like a 20-gallon tank, and a third to a halfway full of Java moss, so there's lots of hiding spots in there, and it worked out pretty well. But I took all the cherry barbs out of there, and I was expecting to get a bunch of cherry shrimp babies, and it didn't happen. And I had asked Lucas before I did all this that, and he said as long as the shrimp are well fed, they're not gonna mess with the eggs, But I don't know what happened in that case. I'd even bred cherry barbs before, but not that time.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm watching Foxy's videos of some of the the Corydorus eggs that she has hatched in that tank. With the
Mm-hmm.
magnifying lens, and
Yeah,
it's watching the shrimp clean them off.
yeah, it's
That wouldn't
crazy
make
to see
sense.
all the little microorganisms swimming around that egg and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is very unique for sure.
I don't see how that
Yeah.
works. I still have
Well,
shrimp in 2 Oscar tanks.
That reminds me, like my wife, she hates a mono shrimp now because when I first got these Ultima Angels, I put them in my 55 and to
yeah.
quarantine them there, and there was a couple of mono shrimp in there, and she watched one of them get eaten, and she can't stand the mono shrimp now.
She's like, nope, don't get no more of them.
Yeah. Well, a mono shrimp, they hide so easily that I could get away with it. She wouldn't notice for quite a while.
Right. Uh, somebody in chat, I think, is wanting to
I saw
see
that.
those behind
Yeah,
you. Those
yeah. So Core Work says, how do you combat pest snails in your planted tanks? Inquiring minds want to know. And that's an easy answer. I embrace the snails. Be aware, any plants you buy from me may contain snails. That goes for like 90% of plants, anyways. So be aware of that also. Um, so yeah, I pond snails, bladder snails, um, ram's horn snails. I have all of those things, and I
Mhm.
don't mind them. To me, the shrimp and snails, they just help groom the plants. They're doing a lot of the work for me. You know, I embrace them. I like shrimp or snails.
Nah, well, I gotta tell you something. Ram's
Mhm.
horns. People say they don't eat plants. I call bull crap. I've had perfectly healthy plants, and then them snails just started eating them.
It's possible that the plant was dying back and the snail was eating those. I don't know what happened, but
Oh.
that's possible. Now, I used to have a fajaka puffer, which was another bucket list fish. And so I used to feed her ram's horn snails.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I used to have a method. Actually, well, I still have 10 clown loaches. So if I want to get rid of any snails, it's
Yeah.
rather
Oh yeah.
easily done.
They definitely take care of those.
Yeah. They suck those things right out of there real quick.
You know, like, thank goodness that I don't have any snails except for one, which is the assassin snails. You know,
Oh yeah. Well,
but I
sounds
like
like
those
it's doing
guys.
a good job.
You know, but I like them. I mean, you know, they
Uh-huh.
look cool. So
Yeah, they do. They're cool looking snails. I've never had an assassin snail. I've never kept that.
I tell you, if you got a tank with quite a bit of snails in there, if you want them gone, you can get about 6 to 10 or whatever throw in there.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you within about, I don't know, 2 months in that range, you will start seeing a big difference.
I got a buddy that breeds all of these like crazy blackwater, pistogramma, and Ultima Angels and stuff like that. And so he keeps like super soft water conditions. I mean, he's putting muriatic acid in his tanks and stuff, and he still has like the snail problem. And he hates those things, you know.
I ended up buying a couple of assassin snails because one tank, I don't know why, I just can't control the shrimp in there, or the snails. I'm like, no, it just keeps getting overloaded. So I plopped 2 of them in there, and you know it's going to take a while, but
yeah.
Wait a minute, Skipper, didn't you say that you have a zebra loach? Are you in that tank behind you?
Oh yeah, there you go.
I could throw them in there, yeah, but my luck, they're probably. I'm saying I have zebra loaches. I haven't seen them in a while. They're probably.
Well, throwing some snails in there, you might get to see them. You know, they probably come out for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that reminds me, Skipper. At Fishtoberfest, I bought 2 clown plecos from Dr. Anthony, and it wasn't until the other day when I saw them again, and the light was off. You know, I didn't even really see them, and it just saw me walk in the room and scurried under a log real quick. But yeah. I mean, clown plecos, pretty cool, man. I've had them since beginning of October. I've seen one of them one time.
Listen, that's how it was for me whenever I had gotten them. I ain't never seen them. Listen, whenever I do water changes, I lifted stuff just to make sure they were still around.
Yeah, I kept thinking like maybe they died, and then like I'd see the sawdust from all them chewing on the wood, and I'm like, oh no, they're still in there. And plus, they're like one of the biggest fish in there. It's all a quarantine tank right now.
What size tank is it?
It's a 75. I need to move all of those fish out of there and then put something else in there. And I'm kind of torn on whether to set that up to grow more plants or to get another kind of water puppy type fish like my Fahaka, you know.
I'm thinking about getting one of them, a Fahaka.
Speaking of that, guys, speaking of puffers, I'm going to let you know that, like, if you go to a predatory fins, yeah. If you go to their website, that they got like, I think they got like 6 different species of puffers.
Nice.
They got the
you gotta watch them things. Probably get huge. Probably a boo puffer or something.
Well, they got them, and they also got Fahakas, hairy puffers.
Those 2 get pretty big.
They got Congo puffers.
Yeah, those are cool, but so expensive, man.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think that their prices were that bad on them.
Nice,
but I haven't looked at it in a while either. So
right, yep. Yeah, Skipper, I've been hearing you talk about puffers a little bit stuff, and so yeah, you should. I think you should get like some Amazon puffers or something. You know,
I thought about just getting some pea puffers again.
Yeah.
Let them snack on snails. Just catch some and throw them in their tank every once.
Yeah, there you go.
I had two or three of them in a tank, and that's what I was doing. I was going getting snails from Petco at the time. They were still getting them pest snails in, the bladder snails or whatever. They would catch a bunch for me, and I would just throw them in there every once in a while.
Sweet. Yeah.
What's their lifespan? Is it like 2 years and up or something, or is it?
I don't know on pea puffers. A lot of smaller puffers, I think, live like maximum like 4 years. The Fajakas, the bigger ones, they get towards 15 and years, like best case scenario, 10, 15 years. I don't know about Maboos.
I like those pea puffers, man. They got little personalities. Like, they don't care.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Yeah, and apparently in I think it was like Australia or whatever, that they're hard to get and they're super expensive.
Which one's that?
The pea puffers.
Oh yeah, pea puffers are extremely expensive in Australia.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, because they're hard to get or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, for them, yeah.
Yeah.
KG Aquatics said he's going to a wholesaler tomorrow. What is a good, easy puffer for hard water?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know that I'm qualified for that answer either. Those larger puffers, I know that they'll all do well in harder water. But I'm not sure about the other ones.
I know of a guy that he could probably ask, and that's I forgot his name, but his channel name is Fantastic Freaks. You can ask him. That guy's got all kinds of puffers.
Oh yeah, Austin knows.
And I mean, I'm talking about the ones that's kind of
rare
types, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was talking. We were actually talking about that Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows the stuff.
Got Aqua Garden Zen.
Nice.
Just making sure I didn't miss nothing here.
Pacific Northwest person in the house.
Oh yeah.
Whips. Yep, that's his name. Austin.
Yeah.
You can find him.
How to treat a bladder snail infestation? By pea puffers?
Yes.
Or get assassin snails?
Well, I mean, see, if you get pea puffers,
or a loach,
then that means that you're going to be very limited to what else you can put in there in that tank, or because they might be.
Once again, there's always removal. Scoop them out of there. Build a trap. You can build a trap, or they sell traps.
I actually got a
slice of lettuce.
Real good trap. And I actually got it off of eBay. It looks like a bell.
Really?
Like them bells that you ring. And you put the food in the middle, you put the top on, and they go up in there, and you just pull it up out, take them off, and then put it back in. I put I was using the algae wafers, your Tetra algae wafers.
Sure, yeah.
Also, I've you just put food in there that sinks, a sinking pellet food. Right. They love shrimp food too, but I just pull them up out.
Yep.
That's how I've been doing it. I know a guy that wants them, and then he feeds them to fish.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Whip says that convex cichlids will destroy snails. I do know this. If you
but then you're going to have a convict problem.
Yeah.
Bring something in, then you got another problem. Bring a bigger fish and eat that fish.
Pretty soon you got a great white shark.
Got a pool with a shark in it.
How do I get rid of this great white shark?
That's funny. That threw me off because I was going somewhere.
It's gone. It's gone now.
Oh no, it's there. So another way is if you have Corydoras in your tanks, just pick them up and crush them. They'll eat the snail.
Yep, that's what some people do. That's the most brutal thing you could do, But yeah, as long as there's fish to clean them up.
Yeah, you're feeding fish, so it's not brutal.
Yeah, I don't think of it as like an ethical problem, but just crushing an animal. I don't know. I put spiders outside a lot of times and stuff. It's not really my bag, I mean, certain thing. If a bug is annoying enough, I'll kill it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Switching out one problem for another. That's
and I eat loads of beef. Loads, I tell you.
Oh yeah.
Something funny. So, speaking of the convicts was actually what I had, when I first came on here on YouTube and started finding all the channels. And then I bred them. I thought it was something special. and then afterwards, and I'm just like seeing that, there's kids spotting them, there's babies spotting them. I'm like, I guess it ain't that hard.
Yep. That's the first fish I ever spawned.
And dude, it took me forever just to get rid of them. But what's funny is because this buddy of mine seen them, he goes, man, those fish are cool. I like to have some of them. I said, oh, really? He goes, yeah. And I go, okay. So then I got him a bucket. I scooped out as many as I could get them.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that when he left here, he probably had about 60 of them.
And now he's got a great white, probably.
Does he still talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's forgiving.
See, like, I guess, over time they just started dying off because they were fighting everybody and stuff. But anyway, actually he's the guy that I give when I don't, like just say if I got fish in here that I don't want no more, I'll just say, here, man.
Yeah. I need to find me somebody that wants a whole bunch of mutt guppies. I don't need to keep those anymore.
What about Stephen P?
Yeah, probably somewhere locally. I don't think I'm shipping like a gigantic bag of mutt guppies.
I have an idea, but a lot of people ain't gonna like that idea.
Yeah, just get some big fish for my 75-gallon when I unquarantine it. Mm-hmm.
Something?
There's always that too.
I know some Brycons that'll eat them.
Yes. Oh yeah. I have to bring those over when Danny's not there, though.
Guppies. I'm like, couldn't you use them as like bait? Because they use minnows. So
it depends on the fishing. Because some fishing, it's illegal to use live fish.
The only time, at least here in the state of Pennsylvania, whenever you're bait fishing with live fish, it has to be native to the area because you don't want, I'm going to dump my minnows out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I got a bunch of them in the creek and we don't need that.
Yeah.
It's so,
Indeed.
I mean, it's true.
Guppies of Pennsylvania streams.
Oh,
I can see it now.
Man, that would be crazy. Yeah, they would die in the wintertime. They would die. Once it gets so stinking cold, that water.
Oh, yeah, there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now around here, it's pretty mild, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably have an issue there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm so careful, man. I try to throw away all my plant bits, you know.
Hey, Dave. Mhm.
I'm thinking about setting up a 100-gallon tub outside this year. I haven't decided yet. I'm moving my garden over because I want it bigger, and that spot is a perfect spot for the tub. But the issue is I'd have to put some kind of decorative fencing up around it because I got 3 labs that would probably love to get in it, especially one of them.
Mm.
Oh, that's a weird one there.
Couldn't you like put some kind of like netting on it? But that still wouldn't stop them, though, would it?
No, not these dogs. They'd be drinking out of it and everything.
I've got a little pond in my backyard. It's just like a 75-gallon one of them feed. I don't know where you give water to the horses and cows.
That's what I have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stock tank. That's
stock
what I'm trying to do. Yeah, and then my dog's drinking out of there all the time. I'm like, don't do that. Come on. Having to yell at her.
Yeah. Get
I
a
thought
guppy.
about putting something in there to breed or whatnot. Try to get a crap ton of them, and then.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting the rice fish out there next spring.
Yeah.
Those daisy rice fish.
There is a Medaka rice fish. It's the tricolor. I want to get some of those.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are cool.
I know there's a guy that sells them. I got his email. I haven't emailed him yet, but I'm going to start them off in the 20-gallon tub out here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because that's going to be a lot of work with that 100. And already moving the garden and stuff, I have a lot of work there. So, I mean, if I get to it, I get to it. But if I don't, I'm not going to be sad. There's always next year.
Right, yep.
Yeah, chicken wire. Yeah, it's a good one. I do that with my garden right now because I got to keep the dogs out because for some reason they like to eat vegetables, peppers.
Yeah, that little pond is outside of my back patio, and there's a motion sensor light on. And so every once in a while, that motion sensor light comes on, and it's like a family of possums or a big old possum or something drinking out of that pond. Nasty looking things, giant rats. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they are. Giant rats.
We have that issue around here, and then we got the raccoons.
Mm.
We got porcupines, muskrats, beavers. We got all kinds of stuff in our water.
Let me tell you what, keep your dogs out of those porcupines. That's not a fun situation. I know from experience, unfortunately.
My brother found that out the hard way, and I got to see the aftermath. I was like, the dog survived, but
yeah.
Did it have it all in its face and stuff?
Yeah, because it went after it, wanted to eat it.
Oh, God.
And it was all through her mouth. And
oh, Lord.
Yep. And so they have to go inside the dog's mouth and then cut off all, because there's barbs on all of them. And so they have to pull them out through there or cut them off or whatever to get them all out of there. Not good.
Oh, dog.
It's not a good bill to have either, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet not. I was a kid, so that was up to my parents that time.
Which it sounds expensive, that's for sure.
Yeah, that sounds expensive.
Definitely. Oh, holy cow! It's 7:00 and CZQ should be going. Wow.
Yeah, we got 46 seconds left.
Go on over to CZQ's and don't forget to hit the like button when you go in there.
Yeah, say hi.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Robert. As always, thank you for being my co-host tonight, and PNW for being our guest. All the mods in the chat for posting links and stuff, and hello to the lurkers that were just sitting there listening to our shenanigans. Everybody have a good night.
Good night,
Later.
everybody.